Hello and welcome to MFM. I'm going to build up a library of videos explaining how I use CSI with the option for you to copy and paste any of the actions that you see one by one. They'll be marked at a timeline. If you like the action that you see there, you can copy that and paste it into the relevant zone. In the description, I'll always tell you which zone you need to copy and paste the instructions into. At your end, you just need to copy and paste and make sure that you're not duplicating anything in that particular file. These videos will be aimed at people that are new to CSI or just don't want to get involved in all of the working out how to program this. Initially, I'll just start with the basics, but we'll go right through to programming envelope lanes, copying and pasting multiple envelope lanes. The CSI project has opened the doors to ways of working that weren't even possible before. Complex and very time-consuming processes can now be assigned to a simple set of buttons. Everything I upload in the description will work with the MCU, the XT, and the majority of it will work straight in with any 8-channel controller. The actions in this video are all to copy and paste into the button zone. Start by pressing Global View. That takes you to the home zone, of which the button zone is part of. The jog wheel is programmed to go forward and backward by the grid markers. I made a toolbar at the top to change the grid spacings with the mouse, and it's a little bit more visual. But on the controller, Shift, Fast Forward and Shift Rewind change the grid spacings, become really apparent as you rotate in the jog wheel, and you can also see it on the grid spacings. Forwards and backwards with the jog wheel. If you select a track and go forwards with the jog wheel, no difference, but one click backwards will select the item under the cursor on that selected track, and you can carry on rewinding. It's a useful way of selecting items on a track. I'll extract the project markers from that item, and then split the item at the project markers, and each click back I could select that item, scroll forward and paste it there. Okay, so that's a way of selecting items on a track with the controller. What about selecting tracks? Normally done with the select buttons and banking across in groups of 8. Select a track to start with, use the control modifier and the jog wheel to go up and down the tracks. If you just tap any of the modifiers, they'll latch. The standard way to select a group of tracks is to select a track, press Shift, and select another track. It'll select the ones in between. The way it's working for me, I can't extend that another group of 8. So if I select, say, 6 tracks, I can't hold Shift and then add any other tracks to that. Shift modifier with the jog wheel has no limitations like that. If you select a track, press Shift, rotate clockwise, that'll select as many tracks as you want below the selected track. Anti-clockwise will then select above the selected track. It won't undo anything. Clockwise, tracks below. Anti-clockwise, tracks above. We can select individual tracks with control modifier and the jog wheel, multiple tracks with shift modifier and the jog wheel. The final way of selecting tracks we want to be able to emulate with the controller is to select multiple tracks that aren't right next to each other. The Alt modifier and select buttons do this, and you can bank across and add to that selection. But I wanted to do this with the jog wheel like I've done with the others. Control modifier and jog wheel select the tracks. Add the option modifier to that. Look at the display in the top right of your screen. You can see the jog wheel scrolling through the tracks on the controller without actually selecting them in Reaper. Now you can just use the select buttons to select any random tracks without having to bank across in groups of 8. You can quickly solo and unsolo groups of tracks like this, make the selection, solo them, remove the option modifier, so you've just got the control modifier, which is how you select up and down tracks, and it will keep that selection of tracks for you to add your solo in and out of. Just pressing one of the channel select buttons will remove the selection of tracks you've got. Let me know in the comments if this video or this type of video is any use to you, and thanks for watching.